Yeah, well, thank you very much, Jason. Yeah, we heard people there talking about being sick and tired of politicians. Here you are. I mean, the frustration over there, you could feel it. This is tarring you all, really, with the same brush. I mean, how do you feel about that?
I'm part of a group called Norway Plus, which is a genuinely cross-party group. I'm working with a number of Stephen's colleagues from Conservative benches and my colleagues. And I have to say, when we sit in that room and we have our discussions, I think if the public were a fly on the wall, they'd be saying, this is what we want our politicians to be doing. We want you to set aside your narrow tribal party divisions and reach us across the divide and find a pragmatic, sensible, bridge-building solution to all this.
But you're divided as a party as well. I mean, no party, none of the two main ones, I don't know about Plaid Cymru maybe, talk with one voice on Brexit.
We have to learn to compromise again. And that, if that means Labour politicians and Conservative politicians working together, I am absolutely up for that.
Okay. I think one of the things that listening to people, I really have every sympathy with people feeling this sense of frustration. Theresa May is, and I speak bluntly, is reliant on that people hope that this will somehow come to an end. But we all know, in all honesty, that she's only offering the divorce deal. This, with her deal, if it goes ahead, we're going to be discussing this for years to come. This isn't going to come to an end like this.
And that's the problem, isn't it, Stephen Crabb? This fundamentally is about something within your party that just splits you right down the middle. Europe did for John Major, it did for Margaret Thatcher, it did for David Cameron, it's doing for Theresa May. What is it about your party and Europe?
Well, you could say that about the country. The country is deeply divided, and probably the Conservative Party, more than any of the other parties, actually reflects that division and that argument within the country. But I'd just like to come back on Stephen's point, because he's doing this commendable cross-party work on the Norway-style deal, which is the softest possible version of Brexit. But he knows that to get to a Norway-style deal, we would still need to pass the withdrawal agreement, the very thing that his party, as a bloc, say they're not going to support.
And there's no majority.
So if Stephen is really serious about rolling his sleeves up, working on a cross-party basis, doing something in the national interest, he would be looking at the withdrawal agreement and saying, yeah, we need to pass that.
Let's look...
Really,
just very briefly,
say, what Norway Plus proposes is changing the political declaration on the future relationship. We wouldn't have to touch the withdrawal agreement. We agree with it, but we've got the withdrawal agreement is full of vague platitudes. We need to know what we're getting for £39 billion. That means a specific commitment to the European Economic Area. If Theresa May could make that change and whip her Conservative colleagues for it, my side needs to do the same. We've got over 400 votes.
OK.
Let's do it.
Now then, the future of Theresa May, before you leave us. The leadership contest has started anyway, hasn't it? Because actually, we know she's going pretty soon.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. From the moment that she told the party this evening that she won't be leading the party into the general election if it's in 2022, then, yes, there will be colleagues of mine in the Cabinet, some of them outside of the Cabinet, looking to...
And they are plotting now, aren't they?
Well, plotting might probably be a bit of a strong word, but, yeah, there are people with...
Come on, Amber Rudd, Boris Johnson,
and you're talking about
Dominic Raab,
you're talking about very ambitious people, and they'll be looking to the future.
Have they been courting your vote?
No, not yet.
And who would you back? But who would be your favourite? Because we know now she's going. She said she's going.
I'm backing the Prime Minister. I think it's premature to start thinking about a leadership election when we have such a difficult job in front of us to deliver Brexit. And I think, you know, we've just been hearing from members of the public there about how politicians are looking at the moment with this squabbling. I think for colleagues of mine to start posturing and thinking about the big prize when they actually haven't done the hard work now of passing this difficult compromise package, which is the EU withdrawal agreement, I think that would be seen as self-indulgent.
OK. Well, that's it from our MPs.